Hello, hello. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're
Okay,
audible.
okay. So this is our second last topic, and today we will cover bills of material and payroll also. And this is our last class. So the point is, I want to mention here that in case of manufacturing unit or in case of any kind of manufacturing organization, there are some procedure in that sense, we some process or steps need to be maintained for uh, creating the finished goods. So we take a simple example today, and in this example what's happened, now we create a company name ABC Limited, company a capital 11 lakh 32,500, 5 lakhs the balance of State Bank of India, and the rest 6,32,500. This is our opening stock of raw material. So create we about to create some finished stocks. So these are the raw materials which are kept in our godown or in inventory, and it shows in our balance sheet as opening balance sheet as opening stock. So now you these are the this table shows all those materials, all those raw material. We consider RW means raw material. There are five types of raw materials. Chronologically, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 has been given. Its HSN code has also been given. So GST rate is provided that at the time of purchase, this rate was applicable, and quantity we for our convenience we uh, kept all are identical 50 units, I mean 50 pieces, and rate is accordingly given. So now make a production formula to produce one pieces of finished goods in short FG. So FG item 1 means finished goods item 1. So if I want to uh, create a finished goods, then there is a ratio or there is a combination of different raw material. For one unit finished goods, I require one pieces of raw material item 1, one pieces of raw material item 2, two pieces of raw material item 3, one pieces of raw material item 4, and three pieces of raw material item 5. So that's the ratio 1 is to 1 is to 2 is to 1 is to 3 respectively. In this question, you are asked to produce 10 pieces of finished goods item 1, and its GST rate is it's an imaginary one, 28% HSN code also been provided. So this is the problem. So it's obvious that it is a problem of a manufacturing unit. Okay, we do have all the raw materials in our godown, and now we will about to process all those raw material and to develop finished goods. Now come to the other part, that is the BOM. This is the specific category where we pass different entries of manufacturing units. That means BOM full form is bills of material, which is exclusively associated with manufacturing concern for defining production formula. So BOM is, I repeat again, exclusively used for defining production formula. So production formula, now question arises, what is production formula? It is then used for manufacturing on or production of final goods. It helps us to feed the ratio of different raw materials or the combination of different raw materials which are required to create or to develop a finished product. So by default, BOM functionality is not activated. I mean, not activated. Remember, we have to activate. So it need to be activated, and then manufacturing can done. So without activation of BOM, we can't pass any manufacturing entries. So a production formula stating the combination of raw materials is to be created that will ultimately lead to production of finished goods. Now, what's happened in this case, whatever the problem has been provided, we try to solve this single one. So now what we are going to do, now we do have all the raw materials. Now we are trying to create or develop a finished products. Okay. So now the point is, yes, I just open my, you may take the screenshot of this particular screen, and now I would like to start with solve this problem to Tally. So let's start. I just open my Tally screen. So this is my Tally screen. So as usual, we start from scratch. So Alt K first. Create company options is available. I write down the company name is for our convenience BOM. Okay. And state consider West Bengal. Date 1/4/21. Okay. So that's all, plain and simple. Company name of the company is BOM, and this is our financial year beginning from 1st April 21. So accept the screen and company open. So this is company features. So it's another important part. So I consider, remember, number 2, I disable GST. I disable TDS. Actually, in our previous class, we have enabled both of these. So that's why it shows activated. So I deactivate. Now come to the main point, which is called maintain payroll. Yes, that's the vital part. We have to turn it as yes. Okay, turn, sorry, not payroll. We are doing job costing. So we have to activate job costing as yes. So I just show you clearly. Just take a look. So first of all, we have activated enable, I mean first 3 option under accounting has been activated. First 2 option under inventory has been activated, and third from last under inventory has been activated. Which one? Enable job costing. Okay, we need to be activated this one. So these are the 3 and 3 6 items which are required to activate. And next, as per our question, in question we have find that we do have GST. So I have to activate GST also. GST, yes. Consider this is a regular dealer, and from West Bengal, so I consider a imaginary GSTI number 19 AACO 3835 K. So this is my GST what monthly, and we consider UA bill not applicable. So this is my GST details. Actually, I activate these GST details due to all those transaction. I mean, in our first case, we have found that uh, there is a 18% GST is applicable for all kinds of raw materials and 28% applicable for sale. So that's why I activate GST. So that's all. We needn't activate TDS, TCS, VAT, etc., etc. So all on an average, in aggregate, we 3, 3, 6, and 7 fields has been activated in Tally fee. Okay, so that's all. I accept the screen by pressing Ctrl A. I repeat again. Just take a look. First 3 option under accounting, first 2 option under inventory, third from last under inventory, that is called enable job costing, also been activated, and GST activated, nothing else. So accept the screen by pressing Ctrl A. Screen has been activated and my current period is shown 1/4/21. No problem at all. Now we can proceed to our next step. The next step is we have to create our opening balances. That's the vital part we have to complete at the beginning. So create, then come to ledger. Under ledger, there is an option which is called capital. Capital will come under capital account. So inventory cost, nothing else, nothing need to be mentioned. And we consider, as per our question, a capital account balance, I mean opening balance shows 11,32,500. That is 11,32,500, and it's over. Okay. Next, we have to create another. I accept the screen. Another ledger which is called SBI. SBI comes under bank account. Okay. So when SBI comes under bank account, we have to put down the opening balance. Opening balance in this case, we consider, as per our question, 5 lakhs. Yeah, this is 5 lakhs, our SBI. Now, get back to gateway of Tally or Tally dashboard. If I take a look on my balance sheet, you will find that there is a difference of 6,32,500. That's the difference of in opening balance. So I know this amount 6,32,500 is for closing stock. So after feed the data, this 6,32,500 will shown on that particular field in this area. So let's start. First of all, after creating capital and SBI, then it is time to create raw materials and it automatically considered as closing stock in our opening balance sheets. So now how to do this? Now first of all, create dashboard, then create, then we will start with stock group. So one question may arise, why stock group? Why not directly stock material? I mean, stock item. So the point is, in that case, we will consider, I mean, we will create 2 stock group. One is for raw material, another is for finished goods. Otherwise, we can't maintain all those items separately. It helps us to segregate different kinds of product which are available in our inventory or godown. So to make it more easy, we create stock group first, and the first stock group name is raw materials. Okay, and it should be created under primary. So after creation of raw materials, it will ask you, should quantity of item be added? So in general, there are several types of raw material. As per our question, we have found that there are, so that's why we at present we keep it as no, and set altered GST details also keep it as no for our convenience. Okay, so I accept the screens. That is the first proof we have prepared. Now come to the second stock group, which is called finished goods. Sorry, finished goods. It also comes under primary, and in same way we keep these two field as no and accept the screen. So after completion, these two, press escape key and get back to gateway of 10. Again, we create a stock unit. So this is the time to create stock unit. I select unit, press enter, and we keep the type of unit creation is simple. Remember, we maintain or we keep type of unit creation as simple, and now come to the symbol. So the point is symbol in that case is pieces. Okay, pieces, full name pieces, and this is pieces from is to be considered unique unit quantity code, and you may keep it not applicable, no problem at all. And see, so this is the first one. Get back to previous. We will now create. What's happened? We create stock group, stock unit, then stock item. So come to stock item. The first stock item name. Actually, each raw material is to be created by specifying the unit of measurement under the applicable stock group. In BOM, bills of material must not be enabled for raw material. Also, standard rate should not be enabled, because in such case there is rate if we consider standard rate. So that's why I do not consider standard rate here. Usually, to keep the rate options flexible, standard rate is not enabled, and if the rate is fixed, then we can consider standard rate. So now at the moment when I am about to start creating stock unit, sorry, stock item, so in that case I have to press F12 first. I repeat again, gateway of tally, then create, then stock item, then F12 for configuration. Now, if I come down, there is an option which is called set component list, bills of material in stock item. These field is important for that particular segment. Why now we need BOM or bills of material activated. So that's why, that's the reason I keep it as yes or I activate. So nothing else, everything are identical, no problem at all. If you want to get a look of this particular configuration, you may take a look on this configuration. Okay, and I accept the screen. So now it's time to write down the stock item name. If I go through the stock item name, that is raw material item 1, Yes. Under, that's the point. Under raw materials, not finished good. Okay. Then pieces, and automatically BOM has been shown on my screen. So one question arises: does BOM, definitely raw material is a part of BOM, but at for the time being, we do not activate the BOM. Okay, so keep it as no. And standard rate also no. Why not? Standard rate is getting changed over time to time, so that's why we try to keep it as no. GST applicable? Yes, applicable. Set alter GST? Yeah, yes, set alter GST. Now come to the description. RW1 is a raw material. Okay. Now its HSN code has been given 8517. Non-GST goods, and it is taxable item. No reverse charge, no ineligibility of input credit. Now come to the rate, 18% integrated rate of 99, and accept the screen. It's a goods. Now come to the quantity. We have to provide the opening balance. Opening balance is 50,500. So that material, and in similar manner, we will create rest of the raw material as per our question. So come to the next raw material. This is RW item 2. Okay, it's under raw materials pieces. No BOM, no standard rate. Yes, GST, we need to set it. So this is also a raw material. HSN code as per question 8473. Okay, non-GST, on value, taxable, reverse charge applicable, no. Ineligibility of input credit, no. And similar manner 18%. It is a goods. And now question arise. Its opening balance 50 units, 50 pieces, and 3450 is the rate. So now we have completed raw material item 2. Now come to the next, third, RW item 3. It's also under raw material pieces, and yes, same as previous case. Yes, this is called raw materials. Not a non-GST goods, calculation type on value, reverse charge not applicable, percent. Now it will ask to put down, it is a goods and quantity 50 units, item 3, purchased price was 1200. It's over. After RW3, then come to RW item 4. Under raw material, under pieces applicable, yes, it is also raw material. Come to the HSN code. HSN code for item 4 is 8417. Non-GST, yeah, this is taxable and 18%. And this is goods category, and this is item 4, 50 units, and rate per unit is 2500, and it's over. Next come to last one, that is raw material item 5. It falls under the category of raw material, then pieces, BOM, standard rate applicable. Yes, it is raw materials. Sorry. 1, non-GST goods no. On value, again 18%, and accept the screen. So somehow there is an, yeah, this is goods and 50 units, 1000, accept the screen. Now it's time to take a look on our balance sheet. If I press B, balance sheet will come up. Now that's the point, what I said. This is the closing stock, whatever we have feed to our software, Tally Prime. Okay, so we create the raw materials. That is the first step in this case. Now it's time to define production formula. That's the vital point, production formula. In this way, we feed a equation or a combination of different raw materials which are required to develop finished goods. So we need to feed this formula or combination to Tally. Question is, how is it possible? Now let's see how is it possible. First of all, what should we do? That by specifying the unit of measurement under the applicable stock group, and BOM must not. Let's start with the formula. So how to create finished goods or production formula? First of all, from gateway of Tally, create gateway of Tally, create, then we will find stock items. Then we have to put down stock item name. Then we have to put down stock item name. This is finished goods item 1. Okay. So this is finished goods item 1 and falls in the category of finished goods. And it is measured in terms of pieces. BOM in that case, that's the vital point. We have to activate BOM in finished goods, not in raw material. So now we have to activate BOM to turn it as yes, press enter. this particular window will open and it will ask BOM list for finished goods item 1. Name of the BOM. Okay. So first we have to assign a name. In this case, production formula for finished goods item 1. That's all. Okay. Press enter. So this is BOM name, production formula for a finished goods item 1, component of finished goods item 1, and unit of manufacture. That's the title. One piece. Automatically, pieces will automatically be taken. So I just put down 1, pieces will come up. So now I have to provide the combination. So how to provide this combination? First of all, raw material 1. Okay, no problem at all. In raw material 1, as per my question, it has been provided that one unit is required for 1 piece finished goods. Raw material 1 is required 1 pieces. Now raw material 2 is required also 1 pieces. Raw material 3, how many pieces? As per my question, 2 pieces. Raw material 4, how many pieces? As per my question, 1 pieces. Raw material 5, how many pieces? 3 pieces. Okay. So now this is the combination. We feed the data in this particular formula, and one finished product will be prepared. So that's the way, or that's the mechanism. Press enter. Again enter. Standard rates. No, standard rates is applicable in this case. And GST applicable. Alter GST. Yes. This is finished goods. Finished goods. HSN code for finished goods 48471. On value, it's taxable. Now our imaginary GST rate is 28% for that particular item. That's all. It's goods in nature. There is no opening balance or opening quantity of that particular good. So I keep it blank, fields of opening balance. It's over. So we have done or completed 2 steps. Get back to gateway of tally. Now come to the third step, create manufacturing voucher. That means, as per my question, we have created 10 units of this particular product. Now the question is how to do this. It's just creation entry, not any accounting entry. This is a manufacturing entry. So from gateway of tally, then create, then come to voucher type. So I have to feed the software to consider this transaction as a manufacturing journal, not inventory journal, not accounting journal. So there is an option which is available. I just repeat the steps, gateway of tally, then create, then come to voucher type. In voucher type, creation screen, the name, in this case, we consider ABC Manufacturing. And For this purpose, we consider stock journal. This is it will be a stock journal type of voucher. That means when we enter into voucher type, it will shows under stock journal. This is the abbreviation. This is the activate your stock type. Yes, and we consider the method of voucher numbering. Automatic, you may consider manual or automatic one also, no problem at all. Advanced configuration at present is not needed, but what's we need, that is we have to activate use as a manufacturing journal. These options need to be activated. So I turn it as yes. Rest of the item are identical. We needn't change anything in that case and accept the script. It's over. So again, get back to my previous screen, gateway of Tally. So what we have done, we have activated manufacturing journal in such a way or in such manner. Now third step is over and we come to the last step. That is, how do we manufacture? So the answer is, in that case, what should we do? This is gateway of Tally, then come to voucher. Okay, voucher is opened. Then it's time to track the voucher in this segment, that is inventory voucher. So how to find inventory voucher? First of all, we have to press F10. Plain and simple. When we press F10, this is inventory voucher options. Under inventory voucher options, we will find ABC manufacturing or manufacturing voucher. Under this heading, we have created manufacturing voucher. Manufacturing option activated. So select and press enter. This is the manufacturing voucher window has been opened. Now the question is, we may change the date, no problem at all, but we try to keep it same. And this is the pro forma. What should we do? Now we just put down the figures. Okay. So name of the product, press space bar. The name of the product is finished goods, item 1. Remember, whenever I select finished goods FGA item 1 and press 1 enter, the components will be taken automatically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why now we have assigned this combination at the time of BOM, activating BOM under finished goods. So now production formula for finished goods 1, quantity is required 10 pieces. As per my question, we will create 10 pieces. Now whenever I put down 10 pieces, quantity, rate, amount, every details are shown on my screen, left hand side screen. Now you may change it or you may not. So I just try to keep it as identical. Press enter, couple of enters, and it helps me to keep it identical. Now come to the right hand side. This is co-product or byproduct or scrap. If in this process some scrap has been emerged, so this kind of scrap or some byproduct has been emerged, so this type of byproduct is to be mentioned under this pin or segment. So as per my question is concerned, nothing byproduct, no byproduct has been mentioned, no scrap has been mentioned. Okay. So now this is my total cost components. Now one question arises, if I want to mention, if I want to consider any type of additional cost in terms of percentage basis, Does tally allow us to consider it? Definitely. Now the point is, if you before getting into additional cost, I would like to show you the effective rate of primary item. It shows 15,850 per piece. Okay. So now I try to show you which is not available on your question, but if you find in reality that there is some expenses involved in this case at the time of purchase, sorry, at the time of manufacture, and if you consider it as a direct expenses, you may also consider it. If you consider it, this is indirect expenses is also be considered, no problem at all. So we try to create under additional cost. So create options are available, or you consider labor charge. Under definitely direct expenses to be considered as direct expenses, no problem. And the inventory value affected, yes, it cost inventory value not applicable. Cost center in this case, keep it as it is. GST, no, in this case GST is not applicable, not applicable, not applicable. And I just put down a imaginary percentage too. Look, 3170 has been auto calculated. Okay, so if as per our estimation, if labor charge for manufacturing a finished good item 1, it's equal to 2%, I just can create a labor charges expenses and put down the percentage. In similar manner, if I consider electricity expenses, I just press Alt C, electricity, and I definitely consider it as a direct expenses. The rest of the item remain identical. GST applicable? No, not applicable. And this is accessible or calculation not applicable. And consider 1.5%. Also done. In such a case, our effective rate of primary item is 16,004.4.75 per piece. That is the manufacturing cost of this item. So okay, I accept the screen. I hope it is understandable. And that's the way we manufacture. I mean, we pass manufacturing journal and transform our all the raw materials to finished goods. That's all. Accept the screen. Escape from here. Now, what to do? In this case, I will try to show the report. Report of what? The report of stock summary. Now, take a look. This is gateway of tally. Press S for stock summary, and I try to take a look at. I mean, to get a holistic view. Press F1. So this is finished good stock summary. I mean, 10 pieces per rate per piece, and these are the raw material stock summary. That's all. Okay. So in this case, what we say after completion, the production of a finished goods is ready for sales transaction. BOM doesn't have any financial effect on balance sheet directly. Why not? It's deal with stock only. So while manufacturing raw material are converted in manufacturing, when raw material are converted into finished goods, stock items are changing form from raw material to finished good, and hence the effect is visible on stock related MIS reports. However, any direct cost incurred in case of manufacturing will also have financial impact. In my case, labor charges, electricity charges on, so it will show on your balance sheet, on your PL. And in case of raw material takes place or sale of finished goods takes place, raw material purchase or finished goods of finance sale of finished goods is taken place, then profit and loss account balance sheet also get affected. So now let's see our profit and loss, and you will find that the raw materials, okay, this was purchased, I mean in opening stock, not purchased, sorry, and this is our finished goods in closing stock. Okay, and they consider, this is the difference. Remember, electricity charges and labor charges not treated separate. It has been considered under finished goods. Okay, so that's all for bills of material or form. So in such a way, I just touch upon the topic, not get into the details. This is the structure which is followed in every industry. And now it's time to start with payroll. So before getting into payroll, I would like to share some concept of payroll with you. Just a moment. Okay. Now I would like to share my screen PPT with you. Just a moment. Yes, this one. So this is my payroll slides. Before getting into the slides in detail, I just try to share some theoretical concept of payroll. What is payroll? Actually, in order to create pay slip for employees, I repeat again, in order to create pay slip for employees, a company needs to have a relevant details about its employees. We should have a relevant details about my employees. So all these details about employee need to be recorded in Tally. So first of all, before generating payslip, I should have detailed information about my employee. Tally also needs to know the computation formula. That means, in case of any kind of salary, it involves uh, several calculation. For example, DA is 10% of basic plus HR is a 10% of basic plus DA, or DA is 100% of basic, or in case of professional tax is to be deducted 2% on your basic. So whatever be the way you will calculate, it doesn't matter. We have to feed the formula to our Tally Prime. Okay, and not only that, this is when we are dealing with some kind of payroll, it involves some type of attendance, absent, overtime, etc., etc. So also attendance record of the employee are needed to be recorded for the calculation of payment. And the important details that are to be known for pay computation for employees, which can be said that we are needed almost 5 items for generating a payroll. What are those items? Now, first of all, employee detail. On the screen, on your screen, you will find this is an employee detail. Okay. So this is the first, this information is required. Number two, different pay heads. If I show you different pay heads, it is available on my next screen. These are the different pay heads. I will explain in detail later on. And next, salary details of the employees. And these are this third or the above table, the table above the attendance, you will find salary details. In case of, you may take an simple example, Kusum Agarwal. Our basic salary is 10,000. Our convenience is 2,000. Overtime 500 per hour. I mean, if he ready to provide or to render extra hour beyond his working hour, so he is entitled to get 500 per hour. That's the overtime rate. And thereafter, hours of overtime is also being provided. That is 5 hours of overtime. In similar manner, different name of the employees has been provided. Their basic convenience, overtime, rate of, hours of overtime is also being given. Now, if you look at the last table, you will find there are 4 employees and their leave, attendance status. In case of first employee, Kusum Agarwal, he didn't take any kind of leave. Okay. And number next, Rakesh Gupta, leave is 22 and so on. Okay. So that's all. That's the company employee detail and structure of their salary. Now I just go up, and in this segment I will find that pay head is, there are so many pay heads available. If I consider the first, yes, if I consider the first pay head, first column pay head, under pay head, so many items are available. If I consider the basic, so basic is to be taken as indirect expenses. Effect of net salary, yes, definitely affected. Pay slip name, and on pay slip it has to be depicted as basic. Use of gratuity, yes, basic is to be taken for the purpose of calculating GST gratuity. And calculation type, you on attendance, uh, attendance is the yardstick or is the parameter. On that basis we will calculate basic for, basic to be given to a specific employee, and calculation period in terms of month, not in terms of day. Okay. Now come to the dearness allowance. It's also an indirect expenses. and rest of the item as it is we have discussed. But calculation definitely calculated on monthly basis, and it's 100% of basic. Remember, it is 100% of basic. Now, come to the house rent allowance. Almost everything are remain identical. Uh, One more thing is it is 40% of basic plus GA. Remember, basic 40% of basic plus GA. Okay, not only basic, not only DA. And thereafter, after house rent allowance, that is conveyance. Conveyance is not a part of gratuity. HRA also not a part of gratuity, but conveyance is being paid at flat rate, and rate uh, will be given. Your question. And in terms of month, not on in terms of days. Employees Provident Fund is a current liability, and company will pay 12% on earning total, and this is 12% on basic. Similar manner, professional tax 2% on current earning total, and last gratuity is taken as provision, but nothing need to be calculated. It's actually required at the time of retirement. Okay, so now come to the first table. You just go through the name of the employees, their date of joining. DOJ indicates date of joining, employees code, designation, their date of birth, PF number, and ESI number. So what happened in this? So these are the three slides. I hope you have taken snap of this, all these three. This is the first. This is the second. Yes, second slide, and this is the third. So let's start with Tally Prime. I share my Tally screen. And I will delete my previous company, Alt K. Sorry, Alt K. Neat. Oh, I have to get back to my previous. Yes, this one. K. Alt BOM delete. Okay, well, another company is also available here. And it's done. So now start with a fresh company. That is name of the company is payroll. Yes, from West Bengal. And the date is 1/4/21. Accept the screen. Now it's time to consider. Now it's time to consider. I mean, we have to enable some features under this heading. So, what are the features? First of all, we have to we try to keep all those options. This is yes, and uh, we try to keep this is job costing actually is not required at that moment, but I try to keep it as yes, but no, sorry. GST is not activated here. So yes, payroll, maintain payroll, yes, and enable payroll statutory is also yes. It will ask me company's code, employees state insurance details, uh, pension scheme details, etc. But I will not fill all the information here. So press Ctrl A. Again press Ctrl A and it will be accepted. So what's the payroll? 1/4/21 to 31st March 22. Okay, so what's happened now? We just activated payroll. Now it is time to uh, create masters. I mean master creation, which is the second step under this heading. So first of all, come to create. And then we are going to create employee payroll masters. So in payroll masters, we need to click on show more. Remember, show more. So what's the procedure? Now gateway of tally, then create, then show more. Now if we go to the payroll masters, you will find an option which is called employee category. Okay. So as per your question, your first employee category, we have to create managerial. Allocate revenue items. Yes, we allocate revenue items. Allocate non-revenue items. No. Accept the screen. Yes, accept. So first one is managerial. Second, we consider the next one, executive. Similar way, revenue items yes, non-revenue no. Accept the screen. So in such a way, we have created two employee category. Now it's time to create employee group. Escape. Next item under payroll masters is employee group. Okay. So press enter. One thing need to be remember here that the employee group not under primary category. You just press space bar and you will find there are three categories. One is by default primary cost category, and then we have created rest of the item. That is, first we consider managerial. Under managerial, our department is accounts. Okay. Then under primary, define net salary details. No, we needn't define it at present. Okay. And under managerial, there are another cost employee group which is called sales. So under managerial, sales. Similar manner, it's primary. Define salary details. No. Managerial is over, then human resource under. So I have to consider separate category. Press up arrow. Press space bar. Executive. Human resource. So category primary, human resource. Accept the script. Category executive. Human resource is done. Category executive administration. And accept the screen. It's over. Escape. Escape. Now, what should we do? First of all, we have created employee category, second employee group. Okay. Now it's time to create units. Remember, we jump one item which is called employee. We come later on or at the end. But before all this, we select units. Okay. So in units, we have to create first of all, open it, simple units, and then compound units. Why compound units? Now, in case of overtime, it not only on in the case of overtime, it's not to be considered in terms of minute or in terms of hour, but in some cases in terms of, I mean, combination of both. Why? Now, overtime can be expressed in terms of, not only expressed in terms of hour, yes, not only expressed in terms of minute, it can also be possible a worker, he rendered his job, I mean, services in terms of overtime, which is a combination of both. For example, 1 hour 30 minutes, 2 hour 50 minutes, such a manner calculation is to be done. So now, the first of all, we consider hours. Formal name, decimal place 0. Then minutes. Minutes, decimal place also 0. Over, accept the screen. Get back to the previous. So we have created units also. So first cost, payroll category, payroll. After payroll category, we have created employees group, I mean employee category, employee group. We skip employees, then the item is unit work. So we have created unit work, but one thing need to be remember, we have to we have created unit work in terms of simple unit, I mean simple type. Now it's time to create a multiple type, I mean combination, compound type. So press up arrow, compound. How to reach this position? Gateway of tally, create unit bracket work, up arrow, it will takes you simple or compound unit creation. So this is compound. First unit hours, conversion 60 minutes. Okay, so this is the conversion. Accept the screen. So in such a way, we convert hours to minute. Accept the screen. And so I repeat again, we have completed employees category, employees group, and unit. Now we will create attendance or production type. It's another important part. So attendance and production type. What's happened? Actually, before getting into these, I will try to show you. I mean, attendance type. There are, in general, three part. One is present or leave with pay. That is, employee is present or is on leave with payment option. Absent, that means employee has not come to work and payment is to be deducted. That means without pay. And then overtime, what does it means? The employee has worked for additional hours, additional times with a regular time slot basis. Okay, and overtime is over. Now come to the attendance production type. In attendance production type, what will happen? We will create present first, present. Okay. Uh, just a minute. Just a minute. So the point is, this is under primary. These four options are available. And we consider present definitely under attendance slash leave with pay. Okay. And in terms of day, and I accept the screen. Okay. So this is present, and we consider attendance type attendance or leave present leave with pay, and in terms of days. Accept the screen. Now it is time to absent. Primary. In absence, leave without pay. Leave without pay. Days, accept. Over. Now overtime. Overtimes comes under primary. Attendance type, definitely overtime is associated with production. I repeat again, overtime is associated with production. So production. And that's the point where we have to consider hours of 60 minutes, that is compound unit. Okay, I repeat again, overtime under primary, attendance type production, and unit is to be considered as hours of 60 minutes. Accept this and over. Now we have completed all those three. One is present, second one is absent, third one is overtime. Get back. If I go through all these, what's happened? First of all, we create category, then group, then unit, then attendance slash production type. Now it's time to create pay heads. So this is the most vital one, and definitely it require more concentration. Okay. So first of all, we start with the pay head, which is visible on your pay slip. So the first pay head is basic salary. It's a type which is called earnings for employees. Okay. There are several options: bonus, deduction from employees, employee statutory deduction, just like PF, employees other charges, statutory contribution, employers contribution, gratuity, loan, and advances. Definitely, in some cases, advances as ought to be taken by the employees. Then we have to create these pay head under advances. Reimbursement of employees. In some cases, if employees are required to reimburse, and then tax paid by employer on per unit. So we consider this is basic salary is pay heads. I mean, it's a type of earning for employees. Earning for employees. Okay. Income type is not a variable. Actually, basic is a fixed one. So we have to consider is fixed. Now question arise under. You may create an separate salary under, I mean, separate group, name salary under indirect taxes, indirect expenses. But for the time being, we consider indirect expenses, not separately create any salary account. So directly comes to indirect expenses. But option is available. You may consider it as a salary. You have to create salary layer group under indirect expenses. Next, net salary, affect net salary definitely. Name to be displayed on payslip. If you consider on my payslip, I would like to get it in such a manner, basic. So only basic, or you may consider basic salary, whatever your choice. Now, use for calculation gratuity. Yes, basic is a part of gratuity calculation. Set alter income tax details. That's the next question. So I try to keep it as no. Eligible for ESI, exclude eligible for ESI, no. And then calculation type. So what's the calculation type? In that case, actually, it depends on attendance. Otherwise, it will be deducted. So on attendance, whenever I select on attendance as a calculation type, press enter. Then the next question arises: attendance leave with pay. What will happen? Attendance leave with pay is that to be considered as present. Why now? We have already created under attendance leave with pay options uh, present, absent, overtime. So it's simply on present, depends on present. A parameter is to be considered as present. Now, calculation period. Definitely, in that case, we will consider months. Okay, after completion of a month, then we pay the amount of money. Next, basis of calculation. Very relevant in that case. The basis of calculation is user defined. Why? If we consider that there are 4 Sunday in a particular month, so in our calculation, months of 26 days. Okay, so that's why I try to keep it as user defined. You may keep it simple 30 days, no problem at all. But as per my question, I consider this is 26 days a month, working days in a month. We just keep or omit. I mean, we do not consider 4 Sundays. Plain and simple way. Rounding method, normal rounding, limit 1 and nothing else. We have to accept this screen. And the screen is being accepted. Over. So first option, first pay head has been created. Now we move forward, and next one is dearness allowance. This is your dearness allowance. This is also earning for employees. And income type fixed, definitely. It is not varies. It depends on the basic. Basic definitely is a fixed item. And uh, basic as well as basic, we will consider dearness allowance also is a indirect expenses. Net salary effect, yes. Name, suppose we consider on my pay slip, I would like to I would like to get it as DA this term. Son of gratuity, yes, DA is a part of gratuity in my case, say. So I try to keep it as yes. Next, set alter. Income tax details, I turn it as no. Exclude in ESI eligibility, I turn it as no. Not exclude. Why should we exclude? If the employee is eligible for DA, ESI. Next, calculation type. So definitely it is a case of actually DA we always consider or always be treated or calculated on the basis of some percentage of basic. So that's why we consider computed value, not user defined. Okay, user defined means when user will define, that means I will write down a number, a figure. That's all. But in this case, we need to consider DA the is calculated on a percentage as a percentage on basic. So we have to compute value. Definitely calculation period month. Normal rounding, I consider one limit. That's the point. It's the vital. You need more concentration. Just focus on it. There is a formula. You have to fit the formula to our software. So compute on a specified formula. As per our question, we get that DA is 100% of basic. So whenever you consider on specific formula and press enter, this screen will open up and basic salary already selected. Press enter, then end of list. Look, under specified formula, you will find basic salary which we have already selected. So it will effective from 1st April 21. Amount up to I don't know. It is not a case of amount. No restriction is there. So percentage. So 100% of basic. Okay, that's all. See if your base whatever be your basic, your DA will be 100% of basic. It is a specified formula and the input is basic. If a basic is available, then Tally will calculate automatically DA. So accept the screen. DA is done. Now come to the house rent allowance. This is house rent allowance. It is also an earning for employees. It is definitely fixed. And as same as indirect expenses under indirect expenses is a net effect net salary, yes, definitely it's affect net salary used for calculation gratuity. Actually I want to get it as HRA. Remember HRA, this term will be depicted on my pay slip, so that's why I just write down short form of house rent allowance HRA. Now calculation of gratuity, actually dearness allowance is not a part of calculation on gratuity, so that's why I keep it as no. Exclude for ESI, I also keep it as no. Okay. Mm, now the question is what's happened in it's a part of select income tax component house rent allowance calculation type. So where it is, yes, if I consider it, set alter income tax details, set or alter income tax details, and yes it, then you have to select as a house rent allowance. Okay, I repeat again. And on actual value, definitely. Okay, then accept this screen. Now question is, house rent allowance is also computed value. Normal rounding, 1. Specified formula. Now it's interesting. As per our question, we have considered house rent allowance is at 10%. If I go through the question, it shows that house rent, sorry, not 10, 40% of basic plus DA. So how should do I feed basic plus DA? Select basic. Okay. Add pay head. Okay. Select dearness allowance. End of list. Now you can see under the specified formula, you will find basic salary plus dearness allowance over percentage 40. That's all. Okay. So in such manner, we consider 40% of basic plus DA. One thing I need to mention here, if I want to consider tax implication, alter tax detail, then what should I do? I open the dearness allowance again, just press up arrow, and if I consider yes tax details, yes, set or alter tax detail, yes, press enter, and consider dearness allowance on actual value, yes, and accept the screen. Okay, in similar manner, if I again press page up, basic salary will come up, and next set or altered income tax details, press Y and select basic. So if I want to get the effect of all these three on my income tax details, then I have to turn this option as yes and then actual value and accept the screen. Okay, so every rest of the item will identical, press Ctrl A, accept the screen. So we have created 3 items. Now it's time to create conveyance. Conveyance is comes under the head of earnings for employees, and its income type is also fixed. It's a part of indirect expenses, and in terms of net salary, this is yes. Use calculation of gratuity, and I also try to get it as the same conveyance. Calculation of gratuity, no. Set alter income tax, I turn it as yes. And we have to consider that is fixed area allowance. Okay, fixed area allowance. Sorry, field area allowance, not fixed. So this is conveyance. Field area allowance. Okay, it is projected value. Remember, it is not actual value. It is projected value. And now include ESI eligibility. I in exclude for ESI eligibility, yes, doesn't matter. Now the calculation type, it's calculated on fixed rate, I mean flat rate. Okay, in terms of months, normal rounding 1 over. So that's all my conveyance. I accept this. After conveyance, over time. So what's happened in over time? It is also an earning for employees. It is fixed. Indirect expenses. Net salary, yes. And use calculation gratuity, no. Set alter income tax, yes. And in this case, we will consider other earnings or allowance. Other earnings allowance fully taxable already been selected. Okay, fully taxable. And it is projected value definitely. ESI eligibility is this case we will consider, yes, we can exclude. And now the calculation type. And in this calculation type, we will consider overtime. That is actually overtime is given or is calculated if I consider on production. Then production type overtime. Normal rounding limit 1. It's over. I accept the screen. So if you want to take a look, you just go through in detail. So it's over. I accept the screen. So overtime is done. Next is it's time to create provident fund. Provident fund. Okay, provident fund is an employee statutory deduction. Statutory pay type is PF account number 1. Okay, accept the screen. Under current liabilities, affect net salary, yes, it should be deducted and it comes as provident funds, same words. And now we consider calculation type as computed value in terms of month. And now I just consider normal rounding 1. It will ask me regarding specified formula. Yes, it is we have to apply formula on employees provident fund. And what's the formula? Now we have to consider basic salary, nothing else, slab percentage, and the percent is 12. That's all. Okay. So now I accept the screen. If you have any doubts, you take a look on this screen, no problem at all. So provident fund has been done. Now come to the next pay head. The next pay head is professional tax. So professional tax comes under employee statutory deduction. Okay, and statutory pay type is its professional tax, which is available on the options. So I select professional tax. Next, under current, I just keep registration number. We have to select current liability. Affect net salary. Affect definitely net salary. Calculation type on value, on computed as computed value. month, in terms of month, normal rounding, one limit, and compute on current earning total. On current earning total. It's already selected. Okay, I select current earning total. Now enter. It's a percentage, 2% as per my question. 2% is given. So in such a way, we have covered professional tax also. Okay, accept. And finally, it's time to gratuity. Sorry, TUITY. Gratuity is the pay head. Gratuity is available. Accept this. And in this case, gratuity days of a month, we have considered 26 days in a month. So in that case, first 1 to 60 means the first 5 year no gratuity is to be given. Next 61 to 120, next 5 years is given a minimum 100 days per year. Gratuity days for gratuity calculation per year 100, and then onwards 100. Okay, now it is a group under provision. It will open and pay head creation. It is under provision. And set alter income tax detail, I try to keep it as no, and a normal rounding, one limit. That's all. So in such a way, we have created our last pay head gratuity. Okay. Now our last step, that is we have to create salary. We have to create employees. Creation of employees. I just get back to my master creation screen, and we have to select employee. That's the single item we skip at the time of covering all those fields or all those options. So employee, just click on employee. Now I just follow the question. As per your question, you will find first category I select, press up arrow, select the category, press space bar. You will find managerial. The name is Kusum Agarwal. Next, under, press space bar. You will find our departments or group C belongs to. This is accounts group under primary. And date of joining. As per your question, you will find our date of joining is 1/4/21. Okay, that's the vital point. Define salary details. So I just press Y, press enter. In the actually what's happened, salary detail, I mean salary structure for different employees in a particular department or group are different in general. So that's why at the time of creating employee profile, we will put down his or her salary structure. We create his her salary structure also at that particular moment. So what's happened? First of all, our basic salary. It's user defined. So we have to put down, as per your question, you will find our basic salary in that case was given for Kusum Agarwal 10,000. Sorry. Okay. Per month. Next item comes dearness allowance. Select dearness allowance. It will automatically calculate automatically as computed value, automatically computed, no problem at all. Then come to house rent allowance. It's also calculated. Then conveyance. Okay. So as per question, you will find conveyance for Kusum Agarwal, which has been provided 2,000 per month. It is projected, so that's why it is estimated. So 2,000. And then after conveyance over time. Okay. Or you may consider uh, this one, and in overtime, as per your question, you will find 500 per hours. 500 per hour will automatically been taken. After overtime, it is professional tax. Then provident fund, employees provident fund, and finally gratuity. So that's the structure. Okay. So user defined, I mean, item was 10,000 for basic, 2,000 for conveyance, and 500 for overtime. So end of the list. Accept the screen. Now it's time to provide the details of the employees. So if you go through the question, you will find employees details. For example, employee number is provided 001, designation manager, function, I just keep function, location, gender, female, date of birth is yes provided 1487. Blood group, I just skip all those fields. Phone number. Okay, now come to the bank details. So press Y. Now account number, say 123456789. IFSC codes I consider is BIN 0003000. Bank name we consider SBI. Branch we consider say Kolkata. Now transaction type. So we consider this is e-fund transfer. Account number IFSC company bank. End of the list. I just consider beneficiary code 001. As per the employee's code is the beneficiary code. And then it will ask me regular register tax regime, and rest of the item I try to skip all those things. Okay, and accept the screen. So it's over. So we, for our convenience, we consider only one employee from accounts departments. And before getting into other employee, I just try to pass a single voucher entry, that is salary computation. So get back, gateway of Tally. Okay, so now we are about to create or generate a pay slip for a single employee, Kusum Agarwal. So at first we record attendance for that particular employee, then we pass the voucher for payroll. Without getting, I mean, without knowing attendance, we can't pass anything. Okay, so then what's happened? Come to the voucher. Other voucher, that is F10. And you will find attendance voucher on buttons pin. I just scroll, yes, attendance under payroll vouchers. So enter, this is attendance. And now I have to press F2 for change the date. So I consider 31st 5/21. Employee name, I have to select Kusum Agarwal. Attendance, so definitely what should I do in that case? I have to consider first, say you may consider separate one, I just consider overtime. Okay, 5 hours. Then again Kusum Agarwal, present. How many days? 26. So there is a no case of absent. Okay, no case of absent. Or if you consider yes, I will provide some absent, then you have to consider absent also and put down the value. But as per my question, if you go to the question, Kusuma Agarwal attendance status, no leaves taken. So that's why no absent is happened. That's all. Enter and accept the screen. Now again I get back gateway of tally vouchers and other vouchers. Voucher, if 10 means other voucher. So here you will find payroll voucher. This is payroll voucher. Okay. In payroll voucher, first of all, we have to change the date. I consider same 31st 5/21. Now we have to create salary. But before salary, what should I do? It should be paid in cash. So I consider Control F. I repeat again, press Control F. When you change the date, then press Control F. What's happened? Payroll autofill option will come up. In payroll autofill option, uh, this is salary process for salary. I have to mention the date from 1/5/21 to 31st 5/21. Okay, no problem. Category, uh, managerial options is available. As we have at the time of creating this employee's profile, we consider her a managerial group. Employees, attend accounts departments. Okay, and short by employee's name automatically been given, and payment is made through cash. So enter. Include employees having for bank details. Yes, bank details, no problem at all. Now you can see every details are available. Actually, I do not have any amount of money in my cash, so that's why it shows. You just follow my mouse pointer. Zero credit, whatever. But the main objective was the rest of the item will be calculate automatically for that particular period or time. Okay, so you can see your basic TA, HRA, conveyance, overtime, so on, so on. So I accept the screen. Now it's time to take a look on my payslip. So how to get payslip? Now press escape, get back to my previous screen. Now come to display more reports. Okay. Then press P or select payroll reports. When you press payroll reports, you will find an option which is called payslip. To select payslip. After selecting payslip, it will ask you the category. Managerial. Only one employee we have selected. I mean, we have created. And This is managerial, and we consider Kusum Agarwal, name of the employee. Now look, that's the main item which we are attempted to get. This is your pay slip, and whatever be the item is available here, whatever be the term we have used at the time of creating payroll fields, basic, DA, HRA, similar manner, it come up. And similar in case of deduction, it has been deducted, the amount, and so on. So whatever be the tax regime, bank details, everything are given accordingly. Okay. So if I want to create another employee with some, so that's all. I get back. I also try to create another employee. If I consider create employee, and my next employee name was, just I consider one from Rakesh Gupta, and she is from yes, sorry, Rakesh Gupta, as per my, is under managerial also, so no problem at all. Under accounts, date of joining identical, try to turn it as yes. Salary structure, basic in case of Rakesh Gupta 8,000, then DA, then HRA, then conveyance in case of Rakesh Gupta, conveyance is 1,000, then overtime, Rakesh Gupta want overtime 90 per hour, and then we consider provident fund, then we consider professional tax and gratuity, and accept the screen. And 002, I skip all those fields. Okay. And now it's time to pass a voucher entries for Rakesh Gupta. This is my voucher entries. Okay. So what to do? First of all, I have to press F10 and select attendance. I have to select the date same, 31st 5/21. Select Rakesh Gupta, and interestingly, I consider absent of Rakesh Gupta. I select absent first, and Rakesh Gupta present 22. Acha, it would be better if I consider, it will be helpful for you. At first, I consider present 22 days. Okay. Again, select Rakesh Gupta. Is there any overtime? Yes. Select overtime for 8 hours. Again, Rakesh Gupta and absent. When I select absent, I have to put down 4 days. End of list. Okay. Out of 26, 22 are present, 4 days absent. Accept the screen. Okay, now I get back. Gateway of Tally, voucher, F10, F10, and payroll. Here. Then Control F. I repeat again. After getting into payroll voucher, press Control F. Select payroll autofill. It is salary. Timing same, 1/5/21, 31st 5/21. He is from managerial category. Departments, I consider Rakesh Gupta. Employee name, and if we consider, yes, I consider cash. Okay. Look, everything automatically come up. Rakesh Gupta are the basic, DA, HRA, considering his absent days, 4 days absent. Over time, everything comes in details. Okay. So if I want to take a look, I accept the screen. Then again come back to display more reports, then payroll reports, and then pay slip, managerial Rakesh Gupta. So that's the pay slip. It shows absent 4 days, overtime 8 hours, present 22 days, and in such a way his total salary slip, I mean total salary, I mean gross salary, net salary, everything has been depicted. So that's all from my end. This is our last session. I hope all the best for all my students and hope for the best. Wish you all the best again. Have a nice day. Thank you to all of you, and I leave the meeting. Ma'am, it's completed. Hello? Ma'am, am I audible?